Now entering the ring, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 155 pounds, fighting out of Troublemaker Gym and trained by Pedro Baca, Evanne Cade! Please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 160 pounds, fighting out of TOS Boxing Gym and trained by Evanne Williamson, Alayana Bad Betty Williamson.
All right.
We have seen these are the first two fights. This is the first fight of the night. First
Ladies
two
and
athletes
gentlemen,
we've
this
seen.
is our first bout of the evening. A very important reminder out there for everyone: while you are allowed to take photos and videos, absolutely no flash photography at any time. One more time, and no flash photography at any time. Fighters to the center.
So we're just getting the instructions in the ring right now, getting into our first fight. We've just seen two just athlete hype videos.
I feel like I need an athlete hype video.
I am so fired up right now.
I'm fired up. Like, if anybody wants to fight us, we're ready to fight right now.
Well, I don't know if we're going to offer that up.
I mean, yeah, okay. Within reason, I'm just hyped.
Let's give him really your address.
Okay, let's give him my address. All right, bell is in. All right, like we said, we've got Cade in the red, Williamson in blue.
Now, something to note here that I don't know if you picked up on this, Matthew. The two styles or the two defining characteristics I saw in each of these lead-in videos. That's all we have so far.
Yeah.
Is from Cade in the red corner. I saw a really high cadence and hand speed that I'm hoping to see here.
And I'm seeing it right now.
Right.
As she's like throwing those jabs, really trying to gauge out that distance. It's moving quick. But the power I'm really seeing from Williamson kind of lines up, as you said, with that same cadence of her hand speed.
Right. So I was seeing before in that video, right, this willingness, this kind of forward trunk lean and putting herself in harm's way, right? This is what we want to see from somebody who knows that they quite possibly might be the more powerful fighter, but we're seeing the hand speed pick up right now.
Right there, 1-2, right when it matters.
Now, we just saw our first skirmish, our first scuffle here, where it got a little high cadence on both sides. And what I'm seeing, the difference is from the red corner, and we have our first standing 8 count of the night. First standing 8 count.
For Williams? Oh, yeah, for
From
Cade.
Cade. So when we saw that first skirmish happen, we saw our red corner pick up the cadence, always throwing, and we saw the 2 arms out pushing away from Williamson. That's probably going to lead to some more punches landing. Let's see if Williamson can respond a little bit differently the next time it happens, because we know it'll happen again, right? They're moving this entire time, and we saw that power land right there.
There it is. That's what they. And it's really interesting. This whole match so far, Red has been leading everything, steering everything, making the advances, trying to get around that left corner, each time backing Blue into their own corner, like getting up against the ropes. Oh, and there's that first bell.
There's something I want to definitely recognize. Let's talk about a positive on each side that we're seeing.
Absolutely.
If you want to, let's point out a positive on Cade's side, the red corner, Matthew.
I mean, absolutely. Same thing I was just addressing, that the feet are moving. Definitely, the feet are staying quick. They are steering the fight right now. Whether or not, like, how many of those punches have landed, they are steering the fight. They are the ones that are pushing each. They're the ones steering everything around, trying to move around that corner. Now, as far as Williamson, over in blue.
The thing I'm seeing from Williamson that is promising, that is encouraging in this exchange that we're seeing over and over, is we're seeing the ability to sit down on that left cross and throw it right down the middle. And we're seeing it stun Cade on occasion when it does land.
Very much so. And like sitting in the fire, right? The punches are landing around, but seeing that lane right through traffic and able to connect right through when it matters.
This is kind of a classic trope, right? We see that the ability for, let's say, somebody who's going to rely on that power a little bit more, like Williamson, who's going to just, who's not throwing in as high of a cadence as we're seeing the red corner, but
when it connects, it does matter.
Right, so we're just seeing in that last exchange there, just Williamson getting a little bit of a warning about the push-off. I think it's very common. Let's not... Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Here's the exchange.
Finally seeing some body shots. A lot of the times we see, like, people go right for that forehead, trying to make them look up at the ceiling. But when you're able to get in close and start to put some water in the basement, taking those hard body shots, that's how you really can wear a fighter out.
It was something we saw in that second exchange, right? And to Williamson's credit, right, a higher rate of throwing. We saw when those punches landed, it made a difference against the red corner.
Agreed.
So bravo to Williamson and the way that Williamson responded in this second kind of skirmish. Now we're seeing the pace slow just a touch. I feel like we're gassing out after that initial adrenaline dump, and these quick exchanges that are a lot of punches at once. It's so hard to throw them like this.
You're starting to see Williamson is going back on their heels. Sorry, Cade is back on the heels.
Now we're seeing Williamson get that second standing 8 count right now. So for the folks at home, if this is your first time tuning into a fight like this, a standing 8 count is the equivalent of somebody getting like TKO'd or not TKO'd, but just being stopped because of the forward pressure of somebody. So this is going in the favor of Red right now. We want to see Williamson respond in a way that garners the respect and potentially gets a standing 8 count of her own. Oh, and we see something land right behind the ear, Matthew.
Right there. That's that spot.
Oh, and the fight's
starting
over.
To see skates.
And the fight's over.
That's it right there.
She waved it off.
Waved it off.
Waved it off. Now, congratulations to both fighters. We have Cade in the red corner bringing it home successfully.
Yes.
But I do want to recognize the fight and the ability to put herself in harm's way on the side of Williamson there. So we do have the victory on the side of Cade, getting that stoppage. That fight, that punch landed right behind the ear.
Right behind the ear.
Really taking away the equilibrium.
Very much. You saw that. It went right to the legs. Right to the legs. We like to say, hey, put it on skates. Now that's what we like to see. At the end of a fight, excellent sportsmanship, recognizing that that person is in there on the same level as you, that you both stepped in ready to go for whatever it is that you need to be, but acknowledging the work that the other person did.
Exactly, and the work that led up to it as well, right?
Even more so.
Acknowledging those 7 months, and then acknowledging they're both a part of what we're seeing today of over $300,000 being raised for this cause. Ladies and
gentlemen, a big round of applause for our Lady Warriors, kicking off the action with our first bout of the evening. Our referee has called a stop to this contest at 1:51 of the second round, declaring your winner out of the red corner, Evanne Cade.